honor, and glory
to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh.
We want to give double honor to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, teach very well we want this truth from, and salutation like that to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And again, we again out here week in and we got to prophesy the downfall of America, to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, man. Because in order you want to seek the kingdom of heaven, in order for the kingdom of heaven to come, this current kingdom have to pass away, man. Yahweh Shai can't rule with this wickedness around. No, he's going to have to clean slate. He's going to have to wipe out this place out and build up a kingdom in righteousness, man. Because this kingdom is built in wickedness.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 7. Then Azariah said, what should be a parting asunder of the time?
And this Ezra is asking about the end. Basically, he asking when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. The same thing with the apostles. When Yahweh Shai before, he said, is it this time that you shall restore the kingdom to the house of Israel? Basically, that's the same spirit of the prophets. They're seeking the day when righteousness reigns, and we come in that same state.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
Is it when it's going to be the end of this kingdom and the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, the beginning of righteousness? You got it?
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob then held first the hand of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world.
It says Esau is the end of the world. Esau is basically the end of the heathens ruling. Because you go into the Babylonians, the Medes, Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. Then now it is the Roman Empire 2.0. This is the last leg of the heathens. Because after this empire, righteousness is going to reign. Israel is going to be back on top, man. How things are supposed to be. And you're going to see the difference, man, between this kingdom and the kingdom of heaven. You're going to feel it. The air is going to be more fresher. The food is going to taste better. Everything is going to be in peace because righteousness is going to reign.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yes, it says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, man. But people are not rejoicing now. You got it.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
It says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, which means what? Everybody's depressed here, man. That's why it's a such thing as sad, seasonal, annual depression. Everybody's on psychotics. They got Prozac and codeine. They got to take drugs to try to fight away the pain. You know what I'm saying? But you can't fight away the pain because you're living in the midst of wickedness, man. Every day you wake up, you're suffering here, man. Every day you go to sleep, you're suffering here, man. So you should be hastening the times of the day. Isaiah 54. You got a piece of that, Isaiah 54 and 16, Captain Exile, 51 and 14, because again, we hastening for Yahweh Shai to return and to deliver us, man, from this wicked place. You got it?
Isaiah 54 and 14?
Yeah.
Isaiah 50.
51 and 14. Good, but just going back.
Good. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
That's it.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
It says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. That's why people depressed. Again, people, it's different drugs. They gotta try to dumb themselves down and try to numb the pain. But you cannot numb the pain here, man. Uppers and downers. You know what I'm saying? You got something you want to get in the good mood. You got something you want to chill out. That's how people function in America, man, through drugs. Because you know it's fucked up here, man. They're level
Operating on the source.
And so you gotta get fucked up because this place fucked up, man. God, you got it.
God, this is Isaiah 51, verse 14. The captive exile hastening that he may be loose.
And that's the spirit. That's the same spirit that Ezra was in, man. Hastening that he may be loose, man, to get out of here, bro. To basically dwell in peace, bro. And you're not dwelling in peace here. I don't care if you got a good house, a good car, whatever, man. That bill's still gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta pay land taxes and shit like that, bro. And all else fail, the Lord will hit you with an infirmity, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way you can have peace here, no, on any level. You got it, huh?
Isaiah 51, 14, the captive exile hastens that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit.
Yep.
Nor that his bread shall fail.
It says that he should not die in pit. Stay in America, man. We don't want to stay in America. It says his bread shall not fail, which means what? This word. The words of Yahweh shall not fail us, especially in these last days, because the prophecies are jumping off the page now, man. We can see the famine growing up. We can see World War III growing up. We can see sedition among men. So our bread is not failing, man. We actually being filled with the prophecies, man. It's actually strengthening up our faith through every article, through every every article, through every event that happened. Like there were what, 3 mass shootings this week? Yeah. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shai dominating the planet Earth, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Second Peter.
It's like, if I may add, that's them putting their trust in oppression. You know? And that's the same spirit that they had back during the time when it was coming out of Egypt. You know? And that lets you know that these are the same ones that were rebelling against the Yahweh Shai. You know? They stay on that same oppression, man. You know, they stay on it because they don't know anything else but Babylon, man. You know, they can't see past, Esau, man. You know, they can't see past the things that are here in this world, man. You know, why? Because they're of the flesh, man. You know, and they align themselves right along with the so-called white man, man. Okay, so they rather suffer this, having to pay bills, and worrying about, your next paycheck, okay. Worrying about what to do the next weekend, because that's what Jacob's all about, man. The only thing they look forward to is bullshit on the weekends, man. After you put in all those hours at work, 50, 60 hours, all right, that's all you got to look forward to, man. There's no hope amongst our people, man. They lost it, man. Okay, they lost it. Why? Because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is not on them, man. All right. They don't look anything else but hoping to experience. And the only thing they look forward to is getting crumbs from Esau, man. And especially these big top, celebrities, okay, that's got a little crumbs from Esau's table, man. All right, that's nothing, man. Because all that can be taken away at the blink of an eye, man. And that's what the Lord's gonna bring in the time to come, man. Okay, all those goodies that you got, from Esau, your master, all right, your father, the devil, okay, all that's gonna be taken away by Yahweh Shai, man. And he's gonna make you suffer for that, man. Come on.
Isaiah 30, chapter 30, verse 12.
Just backing up the opposite. Because again, people that are trusting in Esau, they trusting in this world. Got it?
Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression.
Yeah, you despise the way of life, but you trust in Esau, which is basically is carnal pleasure, which lasts like that, man. Then you get some box, it lasts like that. You get some food, it lasts like that. You get some money, it lasts like that. But this what we got here is eternal, man. You got it.
And trust in oppression.
You trust in oppression. You got it. And perverseness, which means what? Prickiness. You got it.
And stay thereon.
Yep.
Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Yes, as a breach ready to fall. So you basically finna get taken out with this place, man. In any matter of sex, the Lord is finna get ready to destroy this place, man. And if you trust in this place, you're gonna get destroyed with it. When it says don't hinge on the hand, the wicked should not be unpunished. You got it.
It says swelling out in the high wall, whose breaketh cometh suddenly at an instant.
And it says whose breaketh cometh suddenly at an instant. And basically we can see the big bubble coming. It's a big ass bubble on the top of the ceiling. You ignoring it, man. You can see the destruction coming, and you ignoring it. By the time it falls, it's gonna catch you with your pants down, man. Because you would have never thought that bad things was gonna happen to America, man. You would have never thought that bad things was gonna happen until this place, man.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world.
It says many great miseries shall be done unto them that dwell in the world, that dwell in this system, man. That dwell in this captivity, man. Because you basically trusting in your oppressor, you trusting in your so-called master, man. Which actually he's not doing the best for you, he's doing the worst for you, man. Like they got these little stimulus checks and things like that. They thought it was gonna, I'm doing good for that, but look at the economy now. That's why the gas high, man. That's why the dollar is weak now, man. That's right.
Because they have walked in great pride.
You have walked in great pride, man. Basically, you turned your back on your Yahweh Shai and you turned your face towards Esau, man. And Esau, he's the master of pride, man. And that pride has basically trickled down to even 2/3 of our people, man.
Going back to Isaiah 30, verse 14, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces.
That's it.
He shall not spare.
He says he should not spare, man. He's gonna break this place down, man. He's actually gonna, for lack of better words, like a boxer, man. You just playing with me at first, then you're gonna finally get that knockout punch, that kidney punch, man. You know?
Yeah. It says, he shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the version of it a shirt to take fire from the earth. It says, or to take water withal out of the pit.
So it's not going to be no relief for this destruction, man. It's not going to be no relief from the things that the Lord is going to get ready to bring upon this place, man. Because Yahweh he have a thing for Esau, and everything that's joined to Esau, you're going to get caught up with it. You're caught up, the Lord got a beef with this guy, and you're in the same car with him, man. Both of y'all going to get it, man. You know?
It's 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
It says many great miseries. Bible Kushah, look at the word miseries for me. Bible Kushah, man. It says many great miseries, man. Because a lot of things is going to get ready to happen upon the planet Earth, and we can see it. Because a part of those
great, not just a misery. Misery is already bad by itself, but it says great misery. And that word great is synonymous with Esau too. Two sides of that spectrum. Because how we know that? The scriptures say if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. We're going to that word multiply, go like the great. That's why you got Babylon the great. Time of great idolatry, great sorcery, great wickedness. So it's going to be great misery as well. That's how the Lord's going to combat the great wickedness, man. Because if a child, let's say if a child bad, you can't just, it's a point where you have to bring down the hammer, man. You keep just telling them to stop, stop, stop. There's a point where you have to pull out the belt. So that's how the Lord's going to combat Esau.
Yeah, real quick, like just going back to the point. How you gonna combat Esau by the way he's played? Just the point you said, the boxer, that analogy. It's the book of Psalms 89, verse 23. And I will beat down his foes.
Hey, can I say too, man? Don't understand the word beat going to plays. When you look at the word beat, it going to plays. So with each play, that's a blow from your how about some shot. Yeah, the scourge. So the Lord is pounding on America, man. Yeah.
It says, and I will beat down his foes before his face and plague them.
See? And plague them, see? Go ahead.
And plague them that hate him.
Yeah, see that? And that's the so-called white man. His very being is a manifesto. So how they motherfuckers do it? And they had a manifesto. Yeah, Esau's work is a manifesto that they hate you. How about smell stuff? You want us to prove it? Look at your calendar and see what this money is, man. Pride money, right? This is that's an open act of war against the how about smell stuff. Yep.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 3. O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction.
The Lord put Jacob in the ghetto, and he, put up accessories. You know what I mean? The Lord put you, the Lord put you in prison, you put a curtain up in the prison. That's not, Well, that's why the scripture, when the brother brought out 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, it goes into the well in the last day. You go in that word, the well, it means somewhere you hang your hat on or lodge at. So you comfortable here, you made a jail cell. That's the worst nigga. You got pictures up. Fucking man.
Nobody got to say in the world, you made your bed in hell.
Yeah.
And that's what they literally did, man. They made their bed in hell, man. You know, they're comfortable being in oppression, like I was saying earlier, man. You know, and basically make your bed here, like I was going to, man. They're comfortable being in this state, man. You know, and that's why they're gonna face the reward. You're gonna be destroyed, man. You know, and that's why the scripture say what? Them that settle on their lease.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And that's Jake, man. You know, the majority of our people, not knowing that how about Shemel Shah is in the midst right now, man. Bringing these plagues, like the first part, bringing out.
This is the word misery, simple Google definition. a state or feeling of great distress.
Great distress.
Great. That's good.
It's like a form of desperation, man. You know, the Lord can pull out a form of the family, you know, the plagues and all that, man. It's going to be a great distress out here, man. Like what's in Jeremiah 13:7.
Going to when it said great misery, it said what? Above average, to the extreme. So everything that great distress is going to be to the extreme, man. Above average, more than what you know. Hunger is going to intensify. Misery is going to intensify. Violence is going to intensify. Everything is going to intensify, man. To a level that man don't know. Go ahead,
It's like what it said, Isaiah 55, it shall prosper, and then things went to us. So it's going to far exceed what you can think of a famine. You can go to history and kind of gauge. That shit gonna far exceed what you think a famine is, right? Because you know what's bad according to a man, but what's bad according to you, how about
That's what it says. Prosper, I think it's what goes into growing, like something achieving, increasing, all of that. Exactly.
That's why he's called the King of Terror. You know, dealing with somebody that's known as the King of Terror with a title like that. All right, you know he's gonna bring it, man. You know. That's going to be the highest level of terror. All right? People going to feel it, man. All right? Yeah, that's it, man. All right?
Yeah, that's height. Yeah, the height. It don't get no farther than the king of terror.
Yeah, the make of terror.
Yeah. Apparition.
Yeah.
Hey, one who wear the crown of terror. Your grandma, papa. Yeah, man, it's up, man. Apparition. And the Lord knows. The Lord, He designs you. Yeah, your grandma getting with a chain up, read the precept. Second Ezra. By the way, hey, but you know, you joking, right? Make it light up, hey, it's just the strange teachings of your house, man. Hey, because this is not of this world, all right? This is of another realm. That's why it's required to have faith. But like I said, the Lord's going to shut down America. The power going to go out. You're going to start hearing sounds. You know, down in these parts, you might hear crickets. That's the best you might get. But you're going to start hearing snorting. You know, a goddamn growling, a deep growl. Yeah? What was that? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, that's the least of it. He's going to be something he's not going to make out what it is. Yeah. Yeah, newly created creatures, man. That goes into the height of judgment. You can't wrap your mind around. Because you didn't hear the sound of a nigga holler, I'm shot. They're going to get the sound. And I'm going to say this is not for the faint-hearted. This counsel is only reserved for those who understand the power in which they serve. You gotta remember the story with the prophet where the Lord had the lion wave on? That shows you that there's a power that actually orchestrates this, man. If your worst fear is a clown, right? Yeah, pure and wild. Yeah. Sure.
That's good. You got to consider, right? About King of Hall.
Yep.
And that's the Lord. He's saying, look, that's the Lord making that scenario, man. So that he'll die in the battle, man. You know? So how much more today, man? You know?
Great misery.
If I may, that's why I say time Jacob trouble is going to be a time like no other. Because you're not going to relate this time with any time in period. This is going to be the worst times upon the planet Earth, 70 AD. The times of slavery is not going to be able to be compared unto the times of Jacob's trouble, man. We're just growing up right now. That's why going back to the great business. You got it?
Going back to that business.
Go great. Get that great first.
The word great, simple Google definition, it says of an instant, amount, or intensity.
It's an intense. And you can feel, like in the spirit, you can feel how intense things are getting, even across the whole world, man. That's it. It's getting intense out here, man, especially when the food on, you know, there's one bag of chips on the block, man. Niggas gonna go crazy for it, man. Real shit, it's one bag of chips on the block and niggas gonna kill each other for it, man. That's how intense it's gonna get. You got it?
It says considerably.
And a lot of niggas don't consider, man. All these other nations, they don't consider the things that's coming upon the planet Earth. that Crown 19, that they're playing, them, that went for no reason. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai manifesting upon the earth, man.
Right.
You got it, huh?
It says, considerably above the normal.
Above, it's gonna be abnormal out here, man. It's gonna be abnormal. Shit, you can't even explain it. What you just seen, I don't know. That's the Lord, you know.
Like Slender Man.
Slender Man.
Look like Slender Man got him. What Junior?
I smell that.
I smell that.
That's because you open up that idea. What the scriptures say, what the Lord said to the forward, he will show himself forward. Matter of fact, let him get that real quick.
Come on. The book of Psalm 18, verse 26. With the pure, that will show thyself pure.
And that's dealing with the believers. The Lord is dealing with us gentle. Oh, what's that? Isaiah 40? Speak comfortably. So with the pure, the Lord is showing himself pure. Meaning if you come in peace, then good for you. Go ahead.
And with the forward, that will show thyself forward.
Right, and the height of forwardness is on display to Esau. And his perverseness and twisting. Well, guess what? The Lord said that's how he gonna show himself to Esau. So your wildest imagination, your dream, the Lord is gonna manifest it, man. It's spirit right there. Yeah, Reagan, yeah, more to comeback characters and shit. Yeah, you got that.
It says, considering above the normal or average.
It says above the norm. So again, abnormal things is finna get ready to happen upon the earth. You can't even describe it. You know?
Above average, right? Read again what it says.
It says, considerably, or it says more intensity, considerably above the normal.
Yeah, above the normal. It's like the brother said, it's normal to see somebody shot or hearing that they were shot. But you see a guy laying on the ground with a whole chunk tucking out of his side. He's like, what the
Bite mark.
Yeah. Go ahead, up.
It says or average.
Or average.
Yeah.
We seeing the average right now, like the brother going into. We seeing the average, but things that are above average, your mind can't even fathom that yet, man. Until your eyes perceive it. And then when your eyes perceive it, you know what I'm saying, nigga ain't gonna be able to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Because hunger gonna set in. You ain't gonna be able to make a point. Like the brother always going into. You can't stunt when you hungry, man. But it's gonna be above average though. To where a motherfucker, it's gonna be like feed the children. You know what I'm saying? Flies around you, your stomach swole. You know what I'm saying? Your head is swole up. You feel what I'm saying? But your body look like Slender Man. You see what I'm saying? That's gonna be above average, man. The motherfucker gonna be looking at you like you food, man. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, if I may add, that's why the Lord says he's going to increase the family. You're already experiencing it. But he says he's going to increase it. All right?
That's it.
Yeah, to the point, and that's why the Ox brought the definition great, you know? So the famine is going to be right in there too, all right? It's going to be a great famine amongst Babylon. Great. All right?
The pinnacle of confusion. Great confusion.
This is the book of St. Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the, it's like, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars.
That's it. Because we could do blood, more blood moons that's been showing up, more cherries have been showing up. You know? That's spirit.
It says that there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars. And
Can I say too, that also goes to these UFO sites. You know, it's signs in the heavens, the sun, the moon, and the stars, which it has increased. So much so the way it compelled, it provoked the Pentagon of all people. Why the Pentagon? To release, right? Disclose certain information, right? But why the Pentagon? Because they're anticipating the war in heaven.
it says, and upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity.
You see, with perplexity, you going to the word perplexity, it's like, you going to the word perplexity, it means what, confusion. Something that you really can't explain, man. Because like once the food and the famine here and the gas prices $20 a gallon, they ain't gonna have no answers then. Like you said, niggas can't stunt then, man. They ain't gonna be, niggas ain't gonna be worried about Instagram then when the blackout come, man.
Yeah.
You know, nigga, the next thing, number one thing that's gonna be on a nigga mind is his next meal, man. And he ain't gonna even trust in your how about small shop for his next meal, man. You know?
And to go back to that profession, they just showed that Josh is gonna be on the runner as well. Because there's nothing in your mind, your decision that can be based upon a book or a rap bar. All that shit gonna be thrown out the window then, man. Like you said, your next meal, you just gonna be focused on what you gonna put in your stomach.
And niggas gonna do anything. You know, they gonna get to a point, nigga, the trees, like Venezuela, they say all the leaves from the trees fell off. All the grass gonna get plucked up, and the next thing gonna be a nigga, man. Your babies.
Zoos too.
Yeah, shoes.
They was up in the zoo.
Yeah.
Getting the animals, man.
We got outside.
It's, I got this word, perplexity, right? It says entanglement.
Yeah, cause it's like you got
Yeah, kind of entanglement. So in other words, you're not gonna be able to escape this, man. You know, you ever catch somebody, you entangle them, they try to get out, they try to fight it as much as they can, you know, but they can't get out of it, man. All right, yeah, because the Lord's the one that's casting this net, trapping him in that net, man. All right, and there's nothing you can do, man. You know, you at the mercy of the one that caught you, man. You know, and that's gonna be what it produces, man. You know, all these these proud jakes, you know, you're thinking, you know, they got that self-made spirit. All right, but guess what? When the Lord, you know, makes Himself known fully, all right, you're gonna have no option, man. You know, you're gonna have no option whatsoever, man. The Lord's gonna judge you, man. All right, but the one that's the things that you're being entangled with is gonna be these plagues, man. Especially the family, man. All right, you know, you're gonna go everywhere like I was going to, you know. You find no food, you might find like a potato chip on the ground. And now you gotta consider, have a council. Yeah. Who's gonna get this piece of chip? Who's gonna get this chip?
You should eat it by measure.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, that's it.
You're doing a micro bite of the potato chip for the past 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the future. That's for you Jakes, man. All right. Everybody that's about against this word, man. Yeah. All right. That's gonna be your reward, man. All right. So, and it said, and Scripture said what? It said they're gonna be doing that with astonishment. Like, you know, yeah, that's what it's gonna be, man. People are gonna be astonished, man. All right, at the fact that you know you used to be able to go, you know, into a convenience store, you know, where you can just walk and get something, right? Now at that point you can't anymore, man. All right, and that's what the Lord's bringing. That's gonna be a reality, man. You've seen it right now, man. All right, he's giving you a glimpse of what's coming, man. All right, I mean these other things, what you see around the world, all right, you know they got other family too, all right. These are different all right, guess what? It's gonna be here in America, man. All right, you think that you're safe right now, but no, how about Shah got you on the radar, man. All right, and you can't escape, man. All right, that's my guy.
This is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of the bread in Jerusalem.
Yeah, so breaking that staff of bread, man. What's that staff represent? All right, it represents stability, man. All right, you having the freedom to eat, man. All right, and it's well documented, man, that you know your average American can't go more than 3 hours without eating, man.
Real quick, just say because America it's a gluttonous society, man. Out of every country in the world, Americans throw more food away than really other places can even get their hands on, man. You see, combined, and that's how the Most High set Americans up, man. All right, you fucking gluttonous, man. You know. You got everything at your fingertips. Anything you want to eat. What you going to comfort food? You got even comfort food. Yeah, living deliciously. That's why it's going to come unto you double. And that famine is going to see the Most High know how to set your ass up, man. Out of everybody, man. The Most High set Americans up. Slippery places, man. And that slippery place is having right now in this instance is having everything at your fingertips for you to be able to digest in your gut, man.
Hey, the Lord is greatly to be feared.
Yeah, right
you
now.
got commercials.
Yeah,
you got
man.
promotion. It's a constant reminder of food.
Right.
You're going to be walking, wandering aimless down the streets of Babylon, hungry. You're going to see a potato chip bag or your favorite chip. Oh, that's Lamentations, the 4th chapter, man. Where those who pine away stricken for want of the fruits of the field. So the famine has a psychological overtone to it as well.
Right. So this place being that gluttonous society, man, the Most High know how to get you. You know, He made everything privy to your eyes, to your fingertips, to your taste buds. Hey, whatever you have on your taste buds, you can go get, man.
And the Lord had it where you have access to every form of Chinese,
everything. It don't matter. It don't matter. What it is, a conglomerate, a fucking smorgasbord of fucking food.
Yeah, anything to taste bud. Oh, which by the way, you can taste. That's why you have people say, "What you got to taste for?"
Right.
Because you can imagine what you're going to.
Exactly.
That's a very cruel, all right, for lack of a better word, form of visitation from your house by some outside.
This place good that made a buffet.
That's it.
That's what it is, man. Buffet, you able to get, whatever. You got a taste for Italian, you get there.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the whole nine, man. Okay? But now that freedom's going to be taken away, all right? Or the so-called freedom, all right?
Soon to be the buffet is gonna be closed.
Well, that's the scripture. It says to actually take away the staff without bread. That literally translates to comfort food.
That's it.
Your staff will comfort you. It will hold you up. You just got in a nasty breakup with your old lady. Now you got some chicken fingers.
Right. Bucket of ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
You bagged up in piece of buffet. You XL bagged up in wing club.
If I may, okay, if I may, that's how Jake did. Because Jake always say it's a melting pot of food. Jake can even get Elon food, man. You know, I like Elon food.
Yeah.
Which really awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, all these different, you got access to every form. That's heaven, man. That's your how about some outside giving you. Oh, well, that's actually Revelation 18. Matter of fact, can we get that real quick? Y'all got that? Yeah, get that real quick. That's the scripture coming to mind the whole time. Yeah, you got it, huh?
This book, Revelation 18 and verse 7, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously.
It's how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. Because Americans, they proud, man. You go to these different countries, they don't eat 3 times a day. That's foreign, bro. When they go, I watch one thing about like Indians and shit like that. When they wake up, the first thing they drink is chai tea. When they don't drink all day. If they hungry or anything, they just drink tea because they can't afford it. Only thing they can eat is at night is what, rice and peas and crazy shit like that. It's a meat, really a delicacy, man. Meat is a delicacy, man. It's a luxury, bro.
Special occasion.
That's it. You don't eat that every day. Even if you do, it's bad for your body, man. It'll break your shit down, man.
Somebody call it a balanced diet.
That's it. That's it.
It said glorified ourselves. And you said pride. That's a form of pride. Glorifying yourself, and that's what Americans do. Glorify themselves, man.
Revelation.
It's like if I may add, that's why now, it's got to the point where these people got these different diets, bad diets. Some people like, they eat nothing but meat, Some people eat nothing, vegetables, what have you, So people now, they're like, they subscribe to these different instead of just, like all having to be in balance, man. But that lets you know that these people are unbalanced, They're not aligned with, with the word, The words of Yahweh about Shah, man.
Abomination.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that scripture say intemperance will come to an end. You go into the word intemperance, it goes to overindulgence. So there's no balance. Esau and everybody under his vibration is far left.
And living delicious. What contributes to that? Them apples and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, even something so there's turning the faucet on and water coming out. Everybody experiences
Flushing the toilet, your shit disappear. Yeah, that's a luxury that you can.
No, you're good.
Now, going back to Revelation 18 and 7, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously.
And if I make that, a lot of Americans fat and got like high cholesterol and diabetes. That shit foreign over there in other countries, man.
Your cholesterol.
In America, it's known as obese. It's got the obesity
Right.
rate is like the
Yeah.
highest
Yeah.
in all the whole world.
Yeah, well, that's a strategy from the war tactician himself, man. The Lord fattened up America for the slaughter. That's why the average person is fat. That's gonna be a gauge to start, you know, as well. When you see a motherfucker who's just 40 solid, they're gonna be little and frail and skinny.
Back, it says,
You supposed to eat until you full. Once you full, you're supposed to stop. That's the opposite to in America. You just got to eat. 5 minutes ago, you want to go get a bag of chips.
Yeah, 'cause the food ain't real too, you know. Yeah, the food ain't real too, man. Because a real meal fills you up by default. See, this food lacks fiber. Fiber, you know, breaks down in you and it goes into the maturation of the body. Because food is energy. I mean, it brings energy, it burns, it causes your body to start burning that energy. So your body is functioning when you have real food. But it don't, that shit just sit on you, man. And it contributes to that weight.
These motherfuckers so greedy though. Even if they don't, you know what I'm saying? Even if shit was real, they just greedy. Gluttonous. Just overdo it. Man, that's a miracle for you.
That's why GMOs really mess up your body. You got estrogen in them. You know what I'm saying? It basically break you down mentally and physically, man. Cause you eat McDonald's, you eat 6 chicken sandwiches a day. That shit really it shows in your character, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you move a certain way. Yeah. Now you mean mugging somebody. Now, you know what I mean? Now you mean mugging somebody. You just got to eat it. That shit ain't breaking down.
That shit sit in your stomach
Right.
for 2 weeks, man. Sometimes you can feel it. You locked up for 2 weeks and shit like that, man. That shit really fuck you up, man.
Well, yeah, it's 3. Like your head, your belly, that's your head, and also your fucking rod. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the head. All those are when diseases come in. This is what scripture speak about the plague of the mind. That's the plague coming to your head, your belly, and sick. That's all it's head.
That's also that's why we have a term called hypocalipsis.
Yeah.
Like but it's not even, sufficient, it's made up, it's created, and that's like I was going to, it does something to your psyche, man, if you know it's right, when we come to the switch of die, your mentality starts to change, man, but with these people, and that's why I was going to about, Jake, eating up with the flames, the quantas, that does something to you.
Yeah, that do, yeah.
Bagels,
Now you rip up on your 40 every time you come home. Yeah, real tough, man. Yeah, you can bug it.
It does something to your mind, man.
Yeah, it goes to your performance. You put the wrong gas in your car, then it goes to manifest through the performance of the car. That's why remember the Daniel, they didn't eat of the king's meat, man. Yeah. And then they counted it. It was there in the time,
That lets you know that Esau, that's a pull by Esau.
Yeah.
Because where the majority you find that at? On Jacob. Stuff, it's easy to get, what you had.
Yeah, that's got some spam. That's another thing. Spam, y'all remember that? Yeah. That shit's sick, man. You had to keep it in a container. Like, you know what I mean? And you peel that motherfucker open, and you got a block of, you got a block or something, man.
Fried up.
Yeah. And that shit,
Sauce.
sauce meat or potty meat. Down south they call it potty meat. I mean, that's sick in itself. You send me to the stuff to bring back some potty meat, man. That don't sound right. Yeah.
Salty.
Yeah, this is the worst case scenario in America. Everything here is a lie. It's false. It's not true. Because really, when you go into greenery represents truth. Like when you eat green, green represents it's like a goat. Compared, right? But everything that the so-called white man has to offer, man, that he put in you from his rhetoric, right to the food, man, it's all fake. That shit causes you to move a certain way. You got plastic. Fuck, you give me a plastic straw and plastic cups. that affects the body.
Yeah, going back to Revelation 18:7, it says, how much she has
Like,
glorified.
Yeah. It's cool. I know y'all get down. It's Isaiah 24:3. The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away.
Yeah.
I was going to say is that you got certain, with the brothers going into the eating of herbs, the eating of plants, and having a balanced diet, like an alkaline diet. In many ways, it's almost that we can't do it anymore. I think the flood fell out right here. Okay. In many ways, you can't even. The reason why GMO, really, the Heavenly Father had cursed the earth a long time ago to not bring forth the yield that it's supposed to bring forth. And then Esau is going to compile that with all his wickedness. And so you don't really have the ability to cultivate the crops like how this earth is really supposed to work. It's not even working like that. And then you had the manufacturing of GMO foods, which they're going to take that away. I've seen a video the brother sent to the chat room, which they're going to take that word GMO. So you're not going to see that on label. It's going to say bioengineered. It's a whole new label they got. And so, and there's all type of loopholes for companies that don't have to report that they got GMO food inside. So you eat that. You're going to eat that genetically modified. What do you think that's going to do for your body and your digestive system? And so everything's out of whack, which is according to the scriptures. Because even if we wanted to go completely holistic, go back to just the natural way. But these fruits and diets that's out here, the food isn't even fulfilling that much, you know? It doesn't have all the nutrients that it used to have. It says the earth mourneth and fadeth away. Well, if the earth is mourning, then you know the crops is mourning as well. The vegetation is mourning as well. That's why they consider this time we in a food shortage. Right? The world languished and then fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. You know, this going into how the earth is getting shut down, but then it's going to be catastrophe on the earth, man. And all these forms and fashions like famine. Right?
Yeah. If you go into that word language, you go into droop. And it means to grow feeble. Because, like, you know, the opposite of drooping is erecting. Which erection represents power, man. You know? Being up. But when it begins to droop, that means the so-called white man eventually going to lose his luster. See? It's power, man. That's a monumental thing because this nigga have dominated for a minute. It can be considered somewhat of a dynasty when you consider Esau's reign of terror. Yep, right, yeah, that's right.
Hamburger reign of terror. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. What they do to a lot of these crops is they spraying with all type of chemicals. Next thing you know, you think you having an all-natural diet. That food been sprayed with all type of pesticides, man. And I read they do the research on it, how much of your crops and your daily foods got pesticides in it. Everything, corn, spinach, all the healthy shit. Kale. You think you're doing something right when you going to the doing the kale smoothie. And you eating all
that finished. Yeah, none of us can boast in like we eating good and none of that. Because prophecy said we're going to eat our bread defiled. You saw it, country. Oh, they just had a recall on organic strawberries, man. How the fuck did you have? I thought it was organic. Why you got to tell me it's non-GMO anyway? That's equivalent to saying, hey, I'm not going to steal your wallet. Right there, my antenna's going to be up. What you telling me is not, it shouldn't be GMO. Yeah.
Just to add to that, they just I heard a commercial this week. I said if any woman has taken Tylenol while she was pregnant and your child just developed autism, well, now you gotta, you know, you could be part of a class action lawsuit because 20 Tylenol during your pregnancy increase your chances of having an autistic baby by 20%. As well as all the other
what you call them, painkillers.
Over the counter.
Yeah, them painkillers,
Yeah,
man. The
Sudafed,
leaves. Yeah.
pharmaceutical. Well, that goes in Revelation 18 chapter 2. Yeah, Revelation 18 there.
And really, like going back to something, it's
Yeah,
nothing
sorcery, yeah, matter of fact, get that.
it's nothing but what? Potions, man. It goes back to alchemy, man. You know, witchcraft.
Child then.
Yeah, that's it.
Pharmakia. And the, matter of fact, in Revelation, it tell you
Revelation.
about sorcery.
Pharmakia.
Yeah, that word sorcery means pharmakia, and it says drugs.
Matter of fact, we're
That's
going
the
to get that.
definition of it.
Revelation.
Okay.
You get a Revelation 18? Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13.
Going through the spirit shift, go ahead.
And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. Done. So yeah, we're gonna eat our defiled bread, man. This is prophesied. That's why we have GMO. That's why we have now bioengineered food. It was all prophesied.
They got poop in food, man.
Oh,
The Chinese learn how to make steaks with poop. You know?
I know they do it like for 3D fruit. Like
Yeah.
3D fruit.
Yeah.
Basically putting different chemicals and different things and then put together to make it taste like steak. You think you eating 8 hours steak sirloin, it's really a piece of shit, man. Yeah, a little bit of pork. They put pork in everything. Everything. Everything cooked, even the shirts you want. Everything you eat, everything you devour now, it got a little bit of pork in it, man.
That's fucked up, man. I love peanuts, man. Go get a damn bag of peanuts, man. You gotta be aware that you got 0.2% pork in the damn peanuts, man. That's a fucking preservative, man. Like the fucking said, a damn preservative. Using pork extract to preserve shit, man. That's the devil for you, though.
I'd say something too. Different food and shit, they got like this wax cover.
Yeah.
Apples got wax cover.
Yeah, even the capsules, you might be taking some iron.
Yeah.
The gelatin capsule. You gotta find the vegetable capsule. And even that.
But even like you say, even in that, yeah, because you go to the samples, like go to a meat market, you can see the cow legs, but the cow was eating some shit that was sprayed by Monsanto. And the cow was a bug out. He was popping the male cow doing mad cow. He was mad cow.
Man, cow. Motherfucker retarded.
Yeah, motherfucker eating a cigarette butt. You know what I mean? True. Yeah, this is a place, you've been desensitized to it, but you gotta remember, man, in contrast to how the earth was created, it was a paradise, man. Like the planet Earth, man, you got trees and shit. I mean, so like you got roads, they had to put a tree up as a prop.
Fake tree.
And the milk and honey.
Like you said, you got such thing as fucking plastic trees, man. Come on, man. For decorations, man. And we all know the trees is the lungs of the earth, man. Trees also is purification of the air for us, man. Which you put up a fucking plastic tree, man. For a damn crop. Like this a movie. You know? That's Esau, man. A fucking magician, man.
Matter of fact, we're gonna go back to that Isaiah 24 too. I mean, somebody can hold that on deck. We're gonna go to the up. You got something?
Real quick,
I know you got
you had that former kid.
Oh yeah. You got the word. Yeah, dude.
Job 30 and verse 4. It's like Job 13 and 4. It says, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. And just going back to the chemicals and everything they push out, it's fucking lies, man. It's actually to worse you, to break you down even more. You eat McDonald's again, man. That's take 40 minutes off your life, man. You wonder why your grandma got her foot cut off because she ate too much pork.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't saying physician of lies, man. You go to the physician, I mean, it's like a physician of no value. Meaning what? He don't profit you. You go to a physician. Thank you. You go to a physician. You're going to him for a cure to help your ailment. But hey, when you go to this physician, it's what? No value, man. As a matter of fact, this motherfucker hurt you.
It's like, it's a circle.
That's it. Revolving door.
Yeah, because it's a big business.
That's it, huh?
It's a big business.
The money ain't in the cure.
Right.
Money's in the just subsiding it for a little period of time. That's why they I had a friend that went to pharmacy school. Hey, pharmaceutical schools, you know. Yeah. And yeah, he told me that, you know, they'll come out with 2 different pharmaceuticals, the same brand, and one will kill you completely. The other one got the side effect, so they're gonna pay to suppress the one that kill you and push out the one with the side effect. It's all about getting you to come back.
Everyone actually looking up that term.
Yeah, it's what you're saying. Yeah, that's why now the highest title that these Edomites and J2, all right, the highest title they try to get to is what? Doctor.
Yeah.
Let's say it again,
Doctor. Doctor. That's doctor.
No, say it all.
Yeah. I was saying that what they try to strive for, or what they try to achieve, is the status of being a doctor. You know? Yeah, and that's why they got what? Doctors. All right. Because if you look at the word doctor, what it means? It means falsified. And that's what people go to. They go to doctors, man. You know, which are what? Falsifiers.
Yeah, falsified. Yeah.
And really, when you go into it, right, you know, the whole industry with the doctors, man. You know, that's why they wear like the coats. You know, that's basically them. You know, if I remember, it's basically them. You know, taking on the oath, so to speak. You know, saying that they went through certain procedures to get to that point, man. But what you got to is you got to a certain level of falsifying, man. You got to a certain level of lies, man. All right. Because of course the one that gives it to you is who? Esau Edom, which is the forger of lies, man. All right. So that's why you got to keep going back over and over again. All right. Because those symptoms, you know, brought down, you know, but it doesn't really kill you, man. You know. And here it is, you know, how about shot got certain herbs from the earth, you know. But or you know, brought in certain herbs, you know, to heal you, you know. But whenever you try to bring that out, you know, that's looked down upon.
Well, they'll kill you. Well, they did. What the guy? Dr. Sid, yes. He was basking in the glory of, you know, curing, you know, celebrities. And Esau swooped down on him and killed him, man, because he was in the way of a racket, man. And these devil scriptures say, scripture refers to so-called white men as the leech. Yeah, the horse leech, who was always saying, give. So driven by his lust for, you know, scriptures talk about how he see? Oh, yeah.
This on Sirach 38:4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that
right.
is
The Lord created medicines out the earth, man. All right, it's certain food that cures certain ailments. Like, for an example, like a walnut, it looked like a brain for a reason. It's good for your brain, man. You know, I think the carrot, chop it up, you see the little pupils, it's good for your eyes. Yeah, cut. You know, several fruits, vegetables that the Lord has brought forth out of the earth to cure you, man. You know? This man, the devil, the so-called white man, set up a system that's contrary to life. That's all it is. You got something?
Real quick. It's a quick fact. It says, it's an article, it says, as of end 2020, the total global pharmaceutical industry is valued at about 1.27 trillion US dollars.
Yeah, so you think that these devils really want to see you healthy? No. They need you to continue to come into those hospitals, man. Those doctor offices. Yeah, CVS's. Yeah, that's the biggest drug dealer on the planet. Yeah. That's the real trap house. America, the real trap house.
In 2001, it was 390 million. So it's an ever-increasing industry. Yeah. How can we get more people to become sick and live a long life of sickness and ailments? Just keep you alive long enough so you come back to us for the medicine. And then, like the brother said, frowning on, they call Eastern medicine.
Right.
Which is like holistic way, homeopathic, healing yourself with herbs and different fruits and vegetables, diet change. You can have somebody 400 pounds walking to the doctor, he ain't even allowed to give them a routine of how, exercise, diet and exercise. Because that's fat shaming now. You can't even do, the doctor can't even prescribe you a better way of living. This guy give you a pill to shove down your mouth.
Yeah.
This society's done, man.
Yeah. Everything is done by a pill, man.
Yeah, thrive on yeah.
Head hurt, give me a pill. You know what I'm saying? I feel a certain mood, give me a pill.
Yeah. You got a pill when you're happy.
Yep.
Pill to pop when you're sad.
Yep.
For anxiety.
Yep.
You know?
Somebody look up herbal medicine.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a piece up one more time.
It's Revelation chapter 18 and 20, 18 and 23. And the light of the candles shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were
Right,
the
yeah,
great.
the joy, the mirth that's going to be taken away from America. Right? You know, guys riding by bumping their sister. That spirit going to go, man. And you know what? That idea is more and more plausible now. Because the gas prices. Gonna be a minute you're not gonna be able to drive the car, man. So the Lord has sprung into action, man. Like, come on.
It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
Right. By thy sorceries. Okay? This so
Yeah.
we go, yeah, you look up that word.
God, go into that word, sorceries.
Okay, so.
It's strong G 5331 pharmakia.
Right, pharmakia. That goes back to the pharmaceuticals. Oh, like if you see one of these, like a CVS, they have that witch's, yeah, that witch's pot fruit. On it, man. What's that? Yeah, the culture. That goes into Babylon the Great, man. You know, they have a witch, a spice, a dab of, you know, spices, yeah. A frog leg, you know.
And then they got the seducing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they pronounce it seducing. The cross on
Yeah,
they,
the serpent, yeah.
right, they get from partially they get from the scriptures.
No, yeah, exactly.
Bronze staff.
Yeah, yeah.
The snake
Even-
upon the
yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's the serpent.
left hand side.
Yeah, and it's actually yeah, because when you go into the whore, she got that goblet in her hand. That's like somebody having a spike in your drink. Because let's say like if you're around a woman and she's desirable, but you're trying to refrain from her. But you can refrain from her if you have all your faculties. But the moment is drinking involved, and especially if she give you the drink, now you're going to succumb. That's the overtone of what that symbolizes. America, the whole with that goblet in her hand. Okay? Pretty much everybody is walking or dancing to the beat of this drum. You have been taken, been seduced by the whore. Like, come on.
God, pharmakia, it goes into the use or the administering of drugs.
Right, the use or administered, which is on display here in America, is administered by Esau in the form of his doctors and these hospitals. Like say CVS. Hey, you just walk up in a gas station. Yeah, that's the administration and use of drugs, man. All right, go ahead.
It says poisoning, sorcery, magical arts.
Right,
often-
yeah, which goes back to the Chaldeans, man. Okay? So pretty much, is drug addicts. You're under a spell. Go ahead,
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand
right.
that made all the earth drunken.
That's that cauldron, man. Okay? And to drink from this place, right, that's going to affect, that's why the reasoning of the people is way off. You know? Any motherfucker that stands behind a homosexual, if you can make a case for a homosexual, that means you off. That means you under a hell of a drug. You under the influence of Babylon, man. Come on.
It says the nations have drunken of her wine.
Yep, the nation. And you see Esau's influence has extended, the nation's influence has extended all the way to the Far East, you know, all throughout the world, man. You got the biggest gay parade right over there in Tel Aviv, Pink City. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gayo sick, man. This is a sick place, man. Gayo. Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead.
It says the nations have drunk of a wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, therefore the nations are mad. So that's going to end up having, like, at the end of the night, the guy drunk and he turned on the horse and he spiked his drink and he turned on her. Choke. That's what's going to happen, boy.
Word mad.
All right, come on.
All right? It's law, it means to act madly, to act like a madman.
Right. Oh, that reminds me of the Carmenian. What's that? The Carmenian, the raging of the Carmenians, yeah. Hey, that also links up with Revelation 17 chapter. But they shall hate the horse and burn her and leave her, right? That's what.
It says to make a fool of, to make into a fool.
Right, that's the result, man. You've been made into a fool of the nations, and the nations is not just reserved to physically, geographically going to another country. The nations is the people. You know? You are all nothing more than a manifestation. You know what you are? You are that experiment. You are the result. You went into the oven of Babylon, and you came out when the timer ding, and it came out to a 6'5" homo out of out, yeah. Miss Doubtfire. Yeah. Good, huh? Oh, and like Young Thug, call all y'all about some outside. The Lord got on his ass, man. He disrespected the ministry, brothers in the ministry too. He disrespected brothers in the ministry. Yeah, call all y'all about some outside. Now the Lord got him, and he came up and he asked, he requested for a bun, and they denied the bun. Lord got him, man. But he is one of those symbols of the result of being in America. All right, a touch of SpongeBob, a splash of McDonald's, then now you got a guy with a man person and a boy.
Like, all you dress wearing ass dudes, you gonna get your judgment, man. You gonna get your issue, which I know we in a, you gonna get your hey, I know we all have broken the laws, statutes, and commandments here in this system, but not willingly. You know, we didn't just blatantly come out the house and put on a woman's attire and flutter around with you thumbing your nose up at the Most High. Him and many others. But I'm just saying, he, like the brother said, judgment is coming down, man.
Right. Nobody gets away.
Nobody gets away.
You're going to make mockery of the ordinance of your how about
Exactly.
And take it light, man.
Exactly.
No. And you know what's beautiful about it? The Lord is publicizing these judgments, man.
Beautiful.
You know, that's beautiful, man. So that the Lord doesn't play with you.
That's why we ride the word perfection. You know, which means what? Yeah, like I was saying, man, that's why I brought the word earlier, perplexity, man. It means what? To be entangled. All right? You have no escape.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you caught up in a net. The more you move around, the more caught in the net you are, man. This boy trapped. The more you know, the more you move, the worse it gets.
Yes, yeah. The more you try to make moves,
The more you try to make
moves in America.
the worse the
The
shit
more in
gets.
the situation, you deeper in the pit. Yeah.
So this is from Merriam-Webster. It says carried away by enthusiasm or desire.
Right. Yeah, the average American is driven by their desires. Oh, and then the so-called white man, he accommodates you. Right? If you have a thing, you have a fetish for gerbil, the so-called white man can make it happen. There's an app out there. Straight up, man. And that's sick. And that's why the scriptures say in Ephesians, the 5th chapter, it's a shame to even, to even speak of the things that these devils do, man. You know, it should cause you to bless. You say, damn, man. You know? But as it were, this is the ways of the whore, man. All right, come on. Oh, you got something real quick? Let's get it together.
Kind of this on Nahum 3 and verse 4. Because of the multitude of the waters.
Yeah. Matter of fact, jump to the top of that.
Kind of this on Nahum 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city.
Right, the bloody city, America, man. Why is it the bloody city? Because its body. Oh, the scripture says it has the blood of the saints in it. That's a true saying. Because the Israelites were slaves over here, man. Okay? Meaning what? The so-called white man capitalized off the blood, sweat, tears of the nation of Israel. So that's why in the records, this place is known as the bloody city. Okay? The blood of the natives at the hand of Christopher Columbus and his band of goons. All right, go ahead.
God, it says,
Yeah, you come on.
No, real quick. And then, hey, with the book of Leviticus, in the book of Leviticus, it speaks about what? Life is in the blood, man. Like the elder going into, man. You shed life, man. And that same blood, hey, man, that's what I come to say. You read my mind. Genesis, the 4th chapter. What happened, man? The blood of our forefather Abel cried out unto the Most High, man. Not just saying the blood literally, the Most High. No, I ain't saying that. But the life that was in the blood, man. And I gotta add real quick, that's why they got all this concrete put down, man. See what I'm saying? Trying to cover up that blood, man. When you go in the book of Revelation, they say what? Those that were slain, all right, between the, what is that? Between the altar, was crying out unto the Most High, will you avenge us against this wicked man, roughly paraphrase, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And wasn't that righteous? Hell yeah, that was righteous, man. Go ahead, yeah, it's like too. Yeah, because with the acts of Esau, it reeks for some form of justice. You can't just let that ride, you know? You get a good job, now all of a sudden you forget about, that they showing the bus, they promote those who was in the civil rights movement, they were cheers, but then, right, you see it on the bus, where the quote she made, where she was one of the civil rights, you know, she was proud to be, well, all of them now, they either sitting on the city councilman, they got, you know, these prestige seats, see what I'm saying? So you was fucking marching and all that just to be like Esau. That's how was that?
They settled on their lead.
Yeah, they settled on their lead. And their goal wasn't to get out of America, their goal was to be equal to Esau, man. And how we know that? The results. Again, all these, remember the guy who just died, bald-headed guy, he was one of the big civil rights. Was that him? Yeah, he was the face of the civil rights. But he had a seat, you know?
Yeah, he was the senator.
Yeah, so there was all that scratching and clawing and marching, but just to put on a fucking suit and tie and sit up there and pass legislation, you know, get a part of the money grab. Fuck it, man.
It's a payout.
Yeah.
Took a bribe.
And they wanted equality too, though, because that was the rallying cry. I want to go in the same restaurant as you. I want to be able to go to the same schools with you. So that's scriptures too. Why trim thy ways? Well,
So Isaiah chapter 31, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their voice is flesh and not spirit.
yeah, and that's still going on. Like y'all gave Esau, man, seeing that he's the nation that the Lord sent the oppression. What?
The Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, shall stretch out his hand, which he's doing right now, all right, by these days.
Yep.
Both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall down.
Right, yeah, so, what's another scripture? Can you get that, who the Lord has destroyed, no man can, and who the Lord has, right, so you can't help or hope. Your desires, your dreams, you fill out all the applications you want. There's no wise that they're going to cancel out the intent of when your house about Chanel Shah. And what he purposed, the evil that he devised to America.
Hey, that's compared to, I know everybody's seen the movie Titanic, right? They compare it to that captain. It's like, you know, go down with the ship, you know? And that's Jake, man. You know, they ready to go down with the ship, you know? You know, you got them playing the violin. Yeah. Meanwhile, the ship is sinking, you know? And that's Jake, man. You know, they're hoping in a system that's failing, man. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're hoping that America's going to get better. You know, everything's going to be all right. But no, man, All right? The spiritual weatherman is telling you that it's not going to be all right. Okay? The prophet is telling you that danger is going to arise in that. All right? It says, oh, he that helpeth shall fall, and he that openeth shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. See? So you're going to fail right along with Esau, Edom, man. All right? The one that you place your trust in, man. All right?
Matter of fact, somebody get that, I think, is that Jeremiah 51? Forsake her. Oh, that's who you at? Yep, is it?
It's Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly falling.
Right, so this place is falling, man. Which when you consider falling, that's a process. All right? When something is falling, it's an actual process. That's why scripture say, I will stretch forth my hand, what you just read, and roll thee down from the rocks. That's a process. You see a nigga falling down a flight of steps. But you're going to be able to witness each bump, a timberland come off. All right, come on.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Right, and destroyed. Now, destroying, the idea of something being destroyed is also a process. Because when you go into that word destroy, it pretty much breaks down to taking away structure. That's why when you read the curses that's touching Israel and our statements, the Lord said he would visit us until we are destroyed. Do that mean that we won't be a people extinct? We'll be extinct? No. That means the Lord would take the structure away from our people. That's why our people bugged out, man. They're American and they westernized. Okay? And they come off as if they got understanding, but I bet you they're going to eat a McDonald's. Number 4, man. Go ahead.
It says, howl for her.
Right, you should be howling for America. Seeing that the famine is looming. Okay? Oh, yeah. Yep, go ahead.
It says, howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, be she may be healed. Yeah, so like it says here, just add, you know, what we're reading out of, right? It says take balm for her pain so that she may be healed, right? All right, and they try to do that, you know. They try to, you know, do certain, you know, stimulus, you know, try to, you know, prop this economy up for America, all right? But guess what? Now they come to a realization that America's out of here, man. All right? And then they turn to their own system, man. All right? With their own form of currency. They see that there's no helping this harlot, man. All right? So again, it says, so be that she may be healed. So that was the purpose, man. All right? But how about Shimon Shah says no, man. She can't be healed. Okay?
That's why that scripture is like mockery. You know? Scripture is like a mockery. You know, take balm for her. Maybe you could fix her up. Maybe you could heal her. That's what balm do. You're supposed to heal your wounds. But there ain't no healing of this wound. Show you how the Lord got a sense of humor. You're gonna send his prophets to laugh at you. You know? I mean, we really waiting for the day where we can laugh, you know, endlessly at you people here, man. You know? From them ships, of course. There's gonna be a whole lot of laughing at other people torture.
What the scripture said, I shall laugh at that calamity.
Yeah, that's it.
How the Most not gonna laugh at that calamity? But he gonna hear a voice from heaven say, ha 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 ha. No, it's gonna come through his man.
It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah, in the foreseeable future, there's no, you can't see that this place won't come back. There's no coming back. You're right, because the bread and circus can only run for, it's then ran its course. Like, you know what I'm saying? How many more NBA playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Which, let's just say hypothetically, if you still had this thing to go on, all these men becoming feminine, man.
Yeah.
They're real feminine.
It means, hey, the whole next generation, that you know, everybody from 8, around the age of 8 and 12, they identify with 16 different sexualities. You know, they growing up in a world where today they could be today they can feel like a masculine male. And the next hour, if you ask them, they feel like a little girl. And you better identify him as that. It's coming to a world where that generation, they want you to ask them what to identify them as. How many years of this could continue, man? And the basis of life is male and female. Well, that's all mixed up and undefined now, man.
That goes into the very idea of America, Babylon the Great. When you look up that word Babylon, it goes into mixing by confusion. So if you continue at its pace, then you're not going to know if it's men or women, man. Right? It's going to be a very androgynous overtone, which it is already. You know? Because you can't make out who certain motherfuckers is. You don't know if it's a 13-year-old boy, you turn his head that way. Yeah, now you're a 30, a mid-age white woman. Yeah, go ahead.
That's why people say that, you know. Yeah, anyway, like I'm about to say, you know, is that that's why the Lord right now is speeding up the times. You know? Because like I was going to, you know, the times being where we are now, you know, what the scripture say, and no flesh can be saved.
Right,
you know?
right.
So that's why, and that's why you see everything happening.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord is increasing the family. You know, the war drums being harder. You know, why? Because the Lord is speeding up the times, man. So that we're not destroyed, man.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why the Lord's doing it.
And we could be witness to the devastation that's going to happen. You know.
Yeah, and can I say too? Yeah, because they're going to fulfill biblical prophecy. But also Ecclesiastes, what's that? The 10th chapter. The physician cut off a long disease. The word disease going to disease. So Esau's effect on the planet Earth, you know, it's detrimental, man. The Earth has actually got smaller. Man. That's what happens when you have disease. People shrink up. You know, if somebody got cancer or something, yeah, they shrivel. They lose weight. Well, that goes into Isaiah the 24th chapter. We're gonna go back there. All right, come on. You still got more over there? Mm-hmm.
It says, we would have healed Babylon.
Oh, look at that. See, that's right there. That's a thumbnail, man. That's a sick.
What is the Mermaid Man and Barnacle?
Yeah. Old Pee Wee Herman. Old Pee Wee Herman.
Hey, Babylon. You know, the epicenter of confusion, man. You know? And this is what you see, man. You know, that's why the Lord has a great judgment for Babylon the Great, man. You know? Because, like I said, you know, Babylon, you know, is continually, you know, push the envelope when it comes to wickedness, man. You know? And that's why the Lord is going to push the envelope to destroy you people, man. All right? You Edomites, okay? Jake that loves this place, man. All right? Yeah. That's Lord, show up. It says, but she is not healed, forsake her.
Right, so the rallying cry is to forsake America. But our people are sitting there nursing the wounds. You know what I mean? Israel sitting there wiping America with a handkerchief. Hey, that's equivalent to what war movie that is? In mainland, most of them war movies like Vietnam.
Oh, you talking about Full Metal?
Yeah, well, they say, hey, leave them. If they have a graven wound, you don't sit there with them. You like, this guy gone, man. Oh, just like Cain. Remember Cain? Yeah, he said that nigga dead. Cain's cousin Harold, when he was shot. And Sharif, out of everybody, told him, he was busting Sharif, there was a bug out with a poofy. He's telling them, I'm staying with him, I'm staying. Yeah, but the dude was dead. You should have forsook him. Yeah. So that scripture says what? This place is finished. You should forsake him, man. And we forsaken America right here. Let's prove that. Give me Romans 12 chapter. Yeah, because, you know, you'll have one of these Edomites, they'll say, well, why don't you go back to Africa. No, according to prophecy, we're going to be delivered physically from this place, man. But right here, we're going to detach. See? Go ahead,
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
See? So we are being transformed. The transition is taking place here, man. So we are no longer of this world, right here in our mind. Our outlook is not the same as the people out there, man. Okay? So you want to see America continue, but we want to see this place destroyed. And that in itself contributes to the strangeness of this ministry, man. Yeah, come on.
Because it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good, that acceptable, and perfect.
And what?
And perfect.
And perfect, go ahead.
Will of the Most High.
Right, so you can know the will of the Most High to a certain extent. Case in point, if I was to ask you, what was the will of the Most High in the time of Noah? You know, you're saying it was to flood the world. And you're right. But if I ask you what's the perfect will of Yahweh Shemah, do you understand? Do you know that the perfect will of the Lord consists of overthrowing America and destroying this place and visiting it with strange forms of pestilence and plagues? And so ultimately he wiped this place off the map. Did you know that was the perfect, that's the perfect will? Which by the way, we go to that word perfect, that translates to end or finish. See that? So we have been briefed on the Lord's plans in this lifetime.
I got something real quick. Deuteronomy 29 and 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us.
Right. And those things that's been revealed is revealed through the prophets. Let's prove that. Go to Amos, the 3rd chapter. Is it more than that?
And to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
That's right.
That's reincarnation.
Yep, that's right.
Unto our children forever.
Yeah.
That goes back to Isaiah the 34th chapter. Yeah,
We are the children.
Yeah, that's it. That's right, because you are your forefathers, man. And it says, revealed unto the what? Children forever, man. Unto what? Generation unto generation unto generation.
Right, Isaiah 34.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm talking about?
And so it shows you that there's supposed to be consistency throughout each generation of the Israelites. They ain't supposed to become this transformed, new, or you know, people that leech on and grasp onto the ways of heathens, man. We had our own way. We had our own heritage. We are our own people. We are heavenly people, a special people unto the Lord. And the Lord is returning us back to that. But you know, all Israel can't.
But I was just thinking that the whole time speaking, it's really for the elect.
Yeah. For the elect.
That's Isaiah, matter of fact, get that Isaiah 34.
And this is the perfection of that.
Right.
Right. This generation.
This our heritage.
That's it. That's it.
This our heritage.
Yeah. This generation.
When you even go into the history of Israel, the Lord really never dealt with all Israel. The Lord always dealt with certain, you know what I mean, spirits.
Can I say this is the perfection of it, meaning what? This is that generation, which is that last, which is that pinnacle, like the elder brother was talking about, going back to that word perfect, like we were saying, the perfection of something. So this is the perfection of the generations right now, because now we got the abundance of it all. All right, when Yahweh Shah said, you're gonna remember all the things that I have told unto you. So this is the abundance of
they go all the way back to the Slack. They go all the way back to the before the foundation of the world.
Ephesians,
the first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is nothing sporadic either. This is an inheritance. We are settling our lot that was promised us from the foundation of the world.
Many prophets have strived to see what you have seen.
Strived to see the things that we see.
This is the perfection of all of that.
And that's everything that's undergoing into us. We desire to see the thing, but now we see it.
Exactly.
Let's Acts the 1st chapter.
Right.
Because remember, when you read Acts the 1st chapter, the Lord said, this is not the time and season, right? But then when you go to 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter, it says the time and season I have no need to write you. So the Lord sufficed our desire in this lifetime. With thine eyes, yeah. That's why Job said what? My eyes shall see my Redeemer at the end of days, man, because there were certain spirits that was promised. That's why we had a desire for the end. Israel don't have it. That's why the Lord said we're going to discontinue from our inheritance, but it's going to be a remnant. Matter of fact, go to Isaiah 34. It's going to be a remnant that heritage we promised you. Come on.
God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, start at verse 16. It says, seek ye after the book of the Lord and read. Yeah.
Man. Hey, it's gonna come a day. You know? That's the family gonna stick to the bitch, man. Come on.
This is the book of Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye after the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want to make. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them, and he have cast the lot for them, and have, it's like in his hand, have divided it unto them by lines.
Well,
They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation.
right, that's pretty much coming with the brothers that read Deuteronomy 29. We're going to possess what for generation to generation? This heritage, this truth. You know?
Like,
What's that? Psalms 145, one generation shall.
God, it says, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
Right, that's the 10. All right, go ahead. Oh, it's like,
It's Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. It shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
right. See, the emphasis is on the remnant of Jacob. So the Lord has not forsook that promise. You know? And really, the promise is to be comforted. And because when you read the story of Israel and everything we had to suffer and endure, like these various captivities, it was always like a glimmer, it was always a pitch that hope, it would be hope. You know? It was a flip side, like, you know, it would be a form of relief. Well, we in that time now. See? But the Lord never relented on that promise. That comfort will come through the scriptures, though. See, that's the mystery of it all. It's not you know, being acclimated in America and being well off. No, the comfort came through the scriptures, which were only reserved for the elect. Come on.
But shall stay from the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shah, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right? So it says not only are we going to return back to the Lord, but we're going to return back to the Lord in truth.
Right.
All right? And that's what the vibration that's coming out right now, truth. All right? And that's what we stay into, man. All right? Concerning Yahweh Bashim Shah. Okay? And that's how we, you know, the names are our heritage. Okay? And what's about to happen in the near future, man. Okay? So the Lord has and the Lord always dealt with a remnant, man. Okay? Going all the way back to Noah, man. All right? You know, Noah was set as that remnant, okay? All right, and other examples, man. So the Lord is doing that once again, man. Okay? And this time, it's going to be the elect of the nation of Israel, right? That's going to be the remnant that the Lord's going to deliver, man.
Right.
Just like he did before, man, when the flood came, all right? Delivered Noah and his family, all right? Which, again, they were known as the remnant, okay? And guess what? The Lord's going to deliver that same remnant again, man. All right?
And that has always been the case. Lord always dealt with a remnant, man. Well,
verse 21, it says, the remnant shall return.
See, the remnant shall return. And you can't return to nothing you never was a part of. You know? You never been to my house, how you gonna say I'm gonna go back? I'm gonna return to my house. You never been there, you know? So the remnant will return to that heritage, that lot that was promised. Like it, that goes into that preposition. And I forget, Revelation 11th chapter. Which goes into what we're going into. They said the well in it forever. Revelation 11th chapter speaks about those who worship therein. You go into that word therein, it takes you to that word preposition, which is a breakdown, preposition, man. Meaning you already have a seat. You ever go into a banquet and they have the seats, they have a card by each seat or the name might be on the seat. Yeah, that means that seat is for you, man. Yeah, it's reserved. Okay? So we going back to our original state. There's nothing random like, you jockeying for your position in this. No. Every man is going to fall into their lot, man. All right, come on.
God, Yeah, this is the book of Psalms 89, and I started verse 3. It reads, I have made a covenant with my chosen. I have sworn unto David, my servant.
Right. See, so you see those key words? It'll elude you if you're not paying attention. They just got a lot of these self-proclaimed leaders, these Israelite groups, and they push forth Israel, you know, as far as building the nation of Israel. Man, you out of your mind. Did not we just spoke about with this nigga Young Thug? How we gonna reach him, man? No, the Lord ain't dealing with that. All right, that's why you hear this word chosen, which out of the 18 nations, yeah, Israel is the chosen nation, but there's a chosen amongst the chosen. And they will be the house of David under that vibration. That's why that word David is.
God, it says, I have made a covenant with my chosen. I have sworn unto David, my servant.
Right, see that? Well,
Thy seed will I establish forever.
right, and that goes through Yahweh Shah. Okay? Well,
It says, and build up thy throne to all generations. Salah. And the heavens shall praise thy wonders.
right, and the heavens shall praise thy wonders. Man. This is a form of that. Okay? Because we would be considered the heavens. As it is written, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Also, the conversation is in the heavens. I shall set you in heavenly places. So this the heavens, man. That's rejoicing in the Lord. Okay? Come on.
O Lord, Yahweh Shah, it says thy faithfulness also in the congregation of the saints.
In the congregation of the saints. So you have the saints overall, that's the Israelites, but then you have the congregation of the saints, man. All right? Which when you go into that word congregation, it's Latin word gregari. All right? And it goes into with the flock. So that's a separation. Because you have 2/3 of the nation of Israel who has been coined as vipers and scorpions. And who you know going to make a pet out of a scorpion? Esau do it, but if you're trying to tame a scorpion, trying to pet him and do he's going to bite your ass. That's why we're not dealing with Israel and and that's the cue, that's it. That's the cue right there. Jake running to the truck.
God, it's like, it says, Psalms 89 verse 5, it says, the heavens shall praise thy wonders, O Lord, thy faithfulness also in the congregation of the saints. For who in the heaven can be compared unto the Lord? Who among the sons of the mighty can be likened unto the Lord?
Like Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 21. Yep. The remnant shall return.
Yeah, only a remnant is going to return, right? The remnant shall return. God is going to grant access. It's going to be an entrance. Oh, what's that? Yeah, an entrance ministered unto us. Meaning what? We didn't pave our own way into the truth. The Lord allowed us access. You know, He ministered an entrance into the temple, man. Come on.
Even the remnant of Jacob.
Right, even the remnant of Jacob. See that? The remnant of Jacob. Go ahead.
Unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea.
Right, because you have Israelites all over the place. Who cares if these certain Israelites know that they Israelites? You know, like, remember the Kodak Black? There was a time when brothers was doing a snippet. Kodak Black knows he's an Israelite. Man, fuck Kodak Black, man. Them niggas back then knew they was Israelites. When Yahweh Shah came on the scene, they knew they was Israelites. They had access to the temple, yet they rejected. Man. Okay, so the Lord is not flattered by you associating yourself with being an Israelite. Okay, you have to be in obedience, right? And you have to return in the same. Man, this shit's crazy.
Hey, even knowing the law, you got the Pharisees. The law was raised up as a Pharisee.
Right,
They knew the law back and forth.
Yep.
Right? Back then, everybody didn't have a Bible that they could go to and learn the law. They had to hear it at the temple or hear it at the synagogues. But the Pharisees, they had access to the law. They knew the law back and forth, so you would go to them in order to hear about. But even that didn't have them believing in Yahweh Shah. That's really the real mystery at the end of the day. Faith in Yahweh Shah. They knew they was Israelites. They knew the law. You know, sometimes you get excited. You just see a Jake, you know, he ain't eating pork. I don't eat pork. But I don't eat shrimp.
Right.
He's like, you feeling good for him, right? Then, you know, that nigga, he don't believe in the Lord. He believe in Yahweh Shah.
Which is really on display through the scriptures. That's how you get to know Yahweh Shah, you know? So you might, well, openly, or should I say outwardly, appear to be an Israelite. You don't eat pork, you know, kind of fall within the measurements. But we ask you about the Quran. If you're not able to digest that, then that means you don't really believe Yahweh Shah. You don't believe in Yahweh Shah. You have more about
It's the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 29.
Yeah.
But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly.
Yeah.
You already know what's going to. It's a Jew, which really represents Israel. Okay? So it says, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, to my mind. All right? In the spirit and not in the letter. Whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High. Yeah. So like it says here, it says it's Israelite inwardly, right? Instead of the outward man. Okay? And that's what I was going to earlier, man. You had Israelites that knew the law. You got that today. All right? You got, people, individuals calling themselves Israelites, and they swear by the law, man. Yeah, that's all they push, man. All right? But denying, all right, Yahweh Ba'al Shem Shah, man. All right? Denying the Son of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? Because why? Because we're in this captivity, man. Okay? And Yahweh Shah is going to be the only one to deliver us out of it, man. Not the letter, man, like it says here. Okay? But it says the circumcision is that of the heart, talking about the mind, man. Okay? In other words, Yahweh Ba'al Shem Shah's got to be in you, man. Okay? He's got to be on your mind, man. Okay? So that's why, again, you got that today, man. You might have, certain ones that call themselves Israelites. They might know, the cadence or what have you. Okay? But do you believe in the prophecy, man? Okay? Because the scriptures say what? The testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay? So if you don't believe in the prophecies, then, you don't have Yahweh Shah, man. You're out of there, man.
Back then, it was the testimony to believe that he rose again. There was a myth that Pharisees was pushing that Yahweh Shah didn't rise again. They stole the body, right? And so back then, that was the dilemma, whether you believed in the resurrection or not. And now it's whether you believe in Yahweh Shah and the resurrection. You got all types of sects of Israelites out here, man. Depending on, if you get in a one-on-one conversation with any of these guys in fringes, you're gonna see where their belief is lacking. Their faith is lacking. It's really it's still a fad. It's still, they just making their rounds. But really, they ain't meant to be in it long. They ain't meant to be a part of this salvation, part of the elect.
Just add on what you're saying. Yeah, they look at this as a fad, man. There's something to get into. And that's what Jake is into, man. Into the gimmick. But when it comes to the truth, the truth comes raw, man. You don't need forgiveness and nothing like that. You got certain groups that try to make rap songs and this and that. Man, we don't have time for that, man. All right. And like the Apostle always say, if the Lord really wanted that, wanted that to go down, he'd get the best, rapping lyricists out there to do it, man. All right. But no, the Lord didn't choose that platform, man. All right. He chose this to bring out His word, man. That's why the sentiment now is just teach the word, man. That's it.
It's like scripture say, take heed how you deal.
Yeah, that's a great point. Even Noah was given explicit instructions on building the ark. He had to build it a certain way. He couldn't build the way he wanted to build it. So that was Jake liked to do. Jake liked to make it a world-friendly thing, right? So they could have one foot in the grave, so to speak. They could still be cool with their friends, and I could be an Israelite and still have dreads and line up, you know what I mean? But no, it's a sacrifice, okay? You have to shed the old man and commit fully to, you know, the service to your house. You can't, like, you know, in a restaurant, for example, McDonald's, that's been the thing. Let's say you work at McDonald's, you can't bust up in McDonald's and wear what you want to wear. You got to wear the uniform, you got to have on the outfit, you got to operate, yeah. Welcome to McDonald's. Welcome to Moe's. All right, go ahead. Yeah, you can't say, I'm going to make a, I'm going to make a patty with, yeah. You make your own thing in McDonald's, you know. The breakfast, you got cereal on, you know, frosted flakes on the meal. You got to serve what they told you to serve.
Yeah, and my man, hey, that's why you read the scripture earlier, right? So you're supposed to be conformed to the image of the Son. Right. All right? In other words, you're that's why the scripture, another scripture say, put on as the elect. Right. All right? You know, you got to take that onto yourself. Right. You know? And that's why I read earlier in the scripture, in Ephesians, man. All right? You know, you have to be Israelite inwardly. All right? That means it's you know, taking on the mind of Yahushua. And the scriptures say that, right? It says that we have the mind of Yahushua.
And that's it. Can I say too real quick? That inwardly, that goes into this mind, the mindset in the teaching. The teachings, not you just, you know, back and forth. Just, no, that means you got to grasp the, that's inwardly. So y'all hold that to a Psalm 51. You got
It's 2 Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Yeah, so the outward man seems to be perishing, right? But the inward man is continually being renewed, all right? With every single day, man, all right? With every, you know, obstacle you face, you know, the Lord's continuing to test you, you know, you coming in, you know, you just overcoming those tests, man, all right? That's that old man being shed from you, man, all right? And you taking on a new man, which is out of the image of who?
And can I say too, it says renewed day by day. It goes into these various streams. They go out every day. Each day, your inner man is being polished up. You know, your understanding is becoming sharper and sharper. So the inner man, your reasoning, is becoming, you know, polished up. Because you got to remember, you're not taking these bodies out of here. You're not taking this body up to your house, right? You're going to be given a new body. Your reasoning, your understanding, your desire is going to be met through what doctrine you subscribe to. You're not going to have a nigga floating up. No! You just got to, you know, watching Independence Day. Yeah. And then once you get in the chairs, we break it down and you, hey, calm down, bro, calm down. Look, this is revelation. You know, it ain't gonna work like that. No, the ones gonna go up, their desire is gonna be met based upon what they subscribe to. That's why scripture say the inner man is being polished up. So you can be, you know, presented as that chaste virgin before your house shot, man, at his return.
Man, it's a process, man.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, and that's why the Lord compared us as the marriage supper, you know?
Yes.
And before the marriage happens, what? The bride's got to get ready.
Yeah.
You know? You got to get everything
So
good.
Oh, what's that? That's Daniel. What's that? Ezra.
Oh, yeah,
Ezra. Yeah.
You got to be purified and holy, you know?
And that represents us. Like,
Yeah.
That represents us, man.
Symbolism.
Yeah, symbolism. What we doing before we make ourselves ready? We soaking in that oil, man. We know the truth, man. Woo! Making us tight.
Yeah. But you know, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, so the Lord, yeah.
God, going back. It says, verse 17, 2 Corinthians 4:17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment.
Right, this is a light affliction, man.
Yeah.
All right? Compared to what we have coming, all right? The rewards, okay? This is light, man. Okay? Compared to what Yahushua went through. All right? I mean, you as a regular Jake, you know, would you go through what Yahushua went through? Every time they're gonna say no, man. All right? So the Lord gave us this light affliction, all right? But at the same time, you know, through this light affliction, you know, and that's through the grace of Yahweh Shai, man, because Yahweh Shai did the heavy work already. He already did the maximum amount, you know, to suffice the Most High Yahweh, man. Okay, and we're coming in instead, man. All right, as joint heirs, okay, because after he went through that, he received his glory, man. He received a crown, and he seated at the right hand of the Heavenly Father, man. So now we're going through our light affliction, like the Ark is saying, or reading out of, all right? We're going to be joint heirs with him as well, man. You know, and that's the beauty of it, man.
Yeah, going back, 2 Corinthians 4:17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Right, so it's the most exceeding weight of glory, man. Okay? So yeah, the scriptures compares a light affliction, but compared to that, you got a great reward, man. Okay? It's a great reward, and when you know that, you know, it's like, and that's why it's considered light. Because when you think about the reward, everything else you fall to the wayside, man. You're not thinking about, you know, things that's going on in your life, you know, you might lose your job, you know, you might lose your woman, okay? You might, you know, lose friends, family members, okay? But guess what? That's light affliction, man. Okay? Because guess what? At the end of it, you're gonna be comforted, man. Hey, case in point, Job. All right? Job lost everything, man. You know? And he still kept his integrity. All right? And he was rewarded. He got everything back, man. All right?
This is Sirach 51:27. Behold with your eyes how that I have but little labor and have gotten unto me much rest.
Right, that's it, man. Yeah, because right now, you know, we're at the point where we're doing his work. Okay, we got the unicorn doing the heavy lifting for us, man. All right? So all we got to do is, like the Aquarat, it says, all you got to do is cut the camera on. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that's it, man. That's it. All right? So now it's light work, man, compared to all the ancient men back in the ancient world. You know, they had to travel miles and miles just to bring the message, man. You know?
Even Solomon's life, they tell you how they traveled for miles to hit the wilderness of Solomon. You know? So that's an indictment on our people. It's right here. It's like riches in the street. Like you bought bags of money in the street and you just walking by. Oh yeah, the Queen of the South gonna condemn you because she went through hell. When you go to the Queen of the South, that journey, she went through. I think she went through Yemen, and it was met with peril, robbers, beasts. When you go into that terrain was real crazy getting the King Solomon, man. Just to get to Solomon. But there's one greater than Solomon here. And really, when you go into that, that's even talking about now, man. Because Solomon wasn't going into the chip, you know. And that's a stumbling block because remember when even Apostle Sahab made that statement that we know more than the disciples. A lot of guys got messed up, man. They abandoned the ministry and they put that aside way, but it's true. We know more than what we knew in the past. That's all he was saying. Yes, yes. That's growth. That's the ministry growth. Well, the scripture, the ministry is framed as that mustard seed, what grew into a great tree. Yes, go ahead.
I'll finish it off at 2 Corinthians 4:18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
Right, and that's faith, man. All right? That's a requirement in this thing, man. You know? You gotta believe, man. Okay? And we believe that these things are gonna come to pass, man. Okay? Versus things that we do see. Okay? And it says that in the book of Hebrews 11 chapter. All right? That the things that you know, the things that you see, you have faith in, is not true faith. You know? But the things that are unseen, all right, that's the true faith, man. Okay? And even Yahweh Shai said himself, he says, blessed are they that have not seen me and yet believe. You know? Yeah. So, and that's how it is today, man. We, you know, us in this generation now, in this lifetime, you know, we haven't physically seen Yahweh Shai, okay? But at the same time, we seen him, okay? In our spiritual eyes, man, okay? So yeah, and we're blessed because of that, man. Why? Because again, going back to faith, man, okay? You have to have it, man, and that's why also as well, right? Is that faith. It says the scripture say it's impossible to please the Lord without faith, man. Okay? So now that's what the Lord's looking for. That's why now you're seeing a form of that taking place now, man. Okay? So through the words being influenced by the prophets, man. Okay?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, let's finish it off. It says, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporary.
Right, the temple, man.
Yeah.
All right? I mean, everything you see around you, think about it, man. Everything you see around you, and you know, I was speaking on the camera last week, you know, is that everything you see around you is just made of elements. You know? And these things are put together by Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Now, the things that we're looking towards, all right, concerning Yahweh Shemel Shah, we're looking towards the baker that put all these things together, man. All right? You know, that form certain things in the earth, man. You know? So that's why now we look towards the maker of these things, man, rather than the things that are just here for just a season, you know? Because everything you see around you is not going to deliver you in the time to come, man. Okay? You know, you might have a Mercedes, what have you, a Bentley, you know, that's not going to deliver you in that day, man. Okay? Why? Because when all hell breaks loose, all right, you're not going to have that transportation, man. That's going to be nothing. You're going to be worried about what to eat the next day, man. All right, where you going to get your food from? Where you going to get your water from? You know, and then you have these people, all right, these disgruntled individuals, all right, come knocking at your door, all right, saying where the food at, you know. Raiding your place, you know, your home,
fridge.
you know. That's gonna be reality, man. All those things you got, those possessions you got right now is gonna be nothing, man. You ain't even gonna be thinking about it, man. All right. The survival mode is gonna kick in,
Right.
You know?
First Corinthians 9. Oh, yeah, go. Finish it off.
I'll finish it off. It says, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Yeah, the things that are not seen are eternal, man. All right? What's that? The kingdom. Okay? Because the kingdom is going to be everlasting, man. It's not going to have no end. All right? And that's what we're looking for, man. And that's why the author's reading that scripture, right? It says that this is a light affliction. And we know that an eternal kingdom is coming, man. So that's why everything else is just fall by the wayside, man. You know? And that's why there's a term called tunnel vision, man. You know? And that's what the men of the Lord have. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, this is
This sight set on the world of come.
1 Corinthians 9 and 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
Right, so you got individuals, you know, doing it for a corruptible crown, man. Okay? In other words, you know, a crown that fades away, man.
Right.
All right, there's another scripture, right, that says, you know, store your treasure in heaven, all right, with neither moth or rust or corrupt. Okay? But here it is, you know, these you know, Jake, you know, they strive for a temporal crown, man. You know, a crown that's given to them by Esau Edom, man. You know? And which really is no crown anyway, all right? Why? Because you still got to do the bidding of the ones that's in rulership, man. So it really is nothing, man. You got no crown, man. All right?
But we in incorruptible.
Right, but us an incorruptible crown. All right? A crown that never fades away. And that crown represents rulership, man. Okay? You know, being rulers on the planet Earth, man. Okay? Because on the flip side, like I was saying earlier, right, concerning the crown given by Esau Edom, right, or that little state in this society, man. And that's it, man. Okay? That's all you got. You just got a little piece of the crown from the table. All right?
That goes to that consolation that Yahweh spoke about. Yeah, you have got your reward. But you go into that word consolation, it goes back to console. So you're going to be comforted and consoled by the perks of this world, but that's going to run out. You know, it's not a perpetual comfort. You put our stock into something that's perpetual.
Hey, that's like, you know, I'm always talking about investing and shit. It's like investing one-on-one. You know, when you in for the long term or you in for the short money. You know, we in for the long term. We in for the long money. That's understanding the word and what the Lord got to offer us way past America. See, Jake's mind's frame is just as long as I'm in America, right? But we light years ahead through the scriptures, of course, and what the Lord opened up our minds to understand that we could think that far, and that ain't crazy. You know, we could think on the things that we're gonna have in the kingdom of heaven, meditate on these things. That's not crazy. We can meditate on the day when we're gonna be taking, you know, putting Edomite babies' heads like that. That's not crazy. But in the confines of this world, the limited imaginations of these people, right? You don't got the truth, so you can't think like that. But that's a crazy thought to you. Now you go into the psych ward to get some more prescription. You in your right mind, man. If we let them doctors test on us, they're gonna prescribe us with all types of shit, man. They're gonna lock us up. We all gonna be a straitjacket. Some brothers, they just gonna have to hang. It's gonna come down to it where that's gonna be their verdict. Well, you know, he believes that, you know, certain
Spaceships
people
are gonna come
Yeah,
deliver
ships.
him.
And what we said last week, it's like, you gotta be crazy, you gotta be you gotta be a bit crazy. You gotta be crazy, man.
you know, a dream. But
To this world.
yeah.
To this world.
And we can get lost in the thought for hours, just about what the scriptures say. The outside world, to them, that's foolishness. Because it's not talking about right now. See, we might, you know, we might skip a meal based on how much money we got or funds or, you know, when your bread get tight. Now in this world, that look crazy. You didn't prioritize your life and you didn't. But we thinking how the Lord gonna hit us off with gifts when all hell break loose, man.
Right.
They ain't got no answer for that, Paul.
I got some real quick last book that came ahead. Psalms 16 and 11. That will show me the path of life. And thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore.
Yep, these pleasures. Scripture speaks about Moses, which really spiritually that's going into the house of David. How he didn't compromise for the pleasures of the world. He suffered with for a season or something like that, to gain the infinite, should I say, pleasures that the Lord prepared for us. Guess what? It's going to be played out on the planet Earth. Right? While you experience what it is to eat and certain joys and things like that, just to go into the spirit world, the whole hands will be soft and ever after that. It don't make sense. Our redemption must be played out right here. Ain't this the place where we got our ass kicked? All right, come on.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
Right. Meaning, what you subscribe to, whatever you have been indoctrinated to here in this world, that's going to be the very thing that keeps you from this understanding. Let's further prove that. Go to 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, because the so-called white man was set up to block our people from truth, man. That's why your struggle to embrace this form of teaching is based upon what you already believe in. You know, you so caught up in Christmas to where when we tell you that's not the way, you ain't gonna be able to sleep because you already have a preconceived notion based upon what the so-called white man told you. Go ahead, huh?
2 Corinthians 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world.
Right, so see, there's a God of this world. The word God simply translates to power. Right, the powers that be, that rule and govern over this current system, they have blinded the minds of our people. Read that again.
It says, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
So your unbelief stems from the power of this world and his influence. See? So you know, for an example, right, we bring out the dietary law, right? You don't want to embrace that because what you was taught here in this world. And it could have been from your grandmother. She could have had you believe in that pork was, but that really goes back to Esau. So the God of this world, he pretty much blurred your outlook on things. So when you was presented with the truth, it was a struggle. It was somewhat of a challenge for you to get over that hurdle. Yeah, come on.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness.
Right, that's dealing with the so-called white man. Who else that's talking about? See, hey, these churches have you believe that's talking about the mystical, Satan in the traditional sense with the horns on his head. He's not deceiving you, man. Now they'll give you an illustration and sell it where you have a picture with Satan on your shoulder telling you that deceivableness that's on display is by way of the so-called white man and his rhetoric, man. From his legislations down to his trends and everything in between. Yeah, Christianity mainly. That's that hell of a drug that our people is under influence. Because even if Jake ain't been to church 2.5 years, they still hold fast to that when they come into this arena. All right? Go ahead.
With all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish.
Well, see, in them that perish. So those who are numbered to the sword, right? What's going to facilitate that? Esau snaring you through his science, which has nothing to do with the scriptures. Go ahead.
Because they received not the
right, just because they received not the love of the truth. That proves that you rejecting this information is what's going to cost you your life. That proves, that gives credence to the sense of urgency that comes with having his word. Come on.
That they might be saved.
Right, see, you're not going to be saved because you was not able to receive this information, but who blocked you ultimately? Esau, the Lord used Esau to block you, man. Oh, what's that, Psalms 37? That green bay tree? Which, when you consider a tree, it has certain qualities. Of course, it can extend and you can eat from the branches. I can have a tree in my yard and branches extend in your yard and you can eat from it. Well, that symbolizes the influence of the so-called white man as well. He's in the West, but they eating of his fruits because his tree, his branches extend over the world. Also, a tree serves as a lodging, and that's where the nations, they come over here. But also a tree, it provides shade. It actually blocks the light, man. So the so-called white man was set up to block the light, man. All right? All right, come on. That was it on that? Okay. Yeah, so pretty much the so-called white man is the offender. And you have to be willing to digest that. Right? You can't be driven by emotions too. That's what America teaches too. When she subscribed to the ways of the so-called white man, which is a natural homo. That's why you see these sitcoms, they have a scene where it's a sad scene. They play then you hear the crowd, that shit comes from Esau, man. And that's what you develop, a real feminine spirit here. Yeah, deceivableness. Right, so when you face with the hard truth, the hard-bodied truth, if you'll fall apart if you are of Esau. That's why you can't conform to this world, and you have to detach from the so-called. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Go to Ecclesiastes 13 real quick. And 1.
God, this is the book of Ecclesiastes.
Hey, like the brother said earlier, if you're in the car with Esau, the Lord gonna shoot up. You're gonna receive the whole. I mean, that might not be the most tasteful example, but let's say like somebody, and they're in the car, and you're in the car with them. Now you're in danger. So the Lord got a hit on the so-called white man. And the Lord encouraged you to detach from him before the judgment comes out. Go ahead.
God. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 13:1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith.
Right, let's find out what this pitch is. Go ahead.
And he that have fellowship with the proud man.
See, and that word pride is synonymous with Esau. You don't believe me? What month is this? I'm going to just throw it out there. Anybody know what month this is? It's Pride Month. Right, so the scriptures are spot on when identifying this devil. Go ahead.
And he that have fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him.
See, you're going to be like unto him. I mean, you might receive the perks that comes with, being with this man. But believe you me, you're going to be rewarded with the judgment that the Lord prepared for this devil too, man. Which he's not going to escape. All right, nobody gets away. Esau is not going to escape with the spoils, ride off in the sunset, and erect a new world order and bring you back into captivity, right?
Do it all over again.
Yeah, all over again, but this time you paying for shit with a microchip. So that goes back to what's that? Is that Exodus 21? That all that Esau trying to give you that digital all. Yeah, to perpetually bring you back into captivity, man.
The scriptures say, none shall go hand join in hand. None shall go unpunished. He ain't got no escape route. There's no escape route for this man.
Right.
When the sentence of the Lord come down, no escape route for that. No attorney for that. No pleading for his cause.
Right.
Oh, he saw it carefully with tears. He won't have it. That's salvation. That's allotted for the elect. That's it.
That would make salvation precious. Because if everybody can get it, then why would it be, a premium on it? Why would he emphasize the scripture? It's like the scripture. If it was just accessible for everybody. So what you have before you is a work, man, a marvelous work. This is the Lord extending his hand. It's not in the conventional way, and that's how you know there's other Lord. The Lord will raise up the prophets of old and bring them back, and we'll be right amongst you Americans. You know, it's not like we're going to retreat to some cave after this hearing. You know, and we passing flatbread around and we got yah-yah in there. No, we're going to go back. What's that? St. John the 17th chapter. Lord prayed to not take us out of the world. We somewhat sleeper cells. So the Lord have planted us here, all right? We was born for that very reason. The elder Yaswama touched on that briefly. You was born to come here and prophesy, man.
Sheep among wolves.
Yeah, you ain't even know. You thought you was just playing video games and bullshit. No, you were here to do the work of the Lord. The Lord brought you in this lifetime to prophesy and to introduce the world to Yahweh Shemel outside and his plan. We got something? Yep, we ready.
Isaiah 13, verse 14. They shall be as the chased road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people.
Right, a sheep that no man take up is in a bad position, man. Sheep can't ward off the advances of wolves and lions, you know? So if no man take it up, right, then he's out there. That's going to be the case for you people. You're going to be just out there, no hands of protection. See, we know Yahweh Shemel is an active power and is alive and well. From just the prayers we send up and how he answers them, man. See? But you people not going to have that outlet. It's going to go from the bank apps, and that's going to be reduced to, you know, you asking your auntie what's going on. Hey, nobody going to have the answer. Then eventually it's going to be, you're going to be reduced to searching out garbage cans and shit. All right, go ahead.
It says, and flee everyone into his own land.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Right, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. So what we read here is the script, these are death threats, man. Okay? You know, your traditional pastors and preachers, you know, in a very irresponsible approach, they presented the scriptures as a form of peace and, you know, love and happiness. Right, yeah. You know, the Bible was a banner to squash beef. You know, you come together, this gang leader, and y'all shake hands. No, this is the bloodiest, if not one of the bloodiest book ever published.
And that's why Nat Turner went crazy. Like, crazy in the good
Lord
way.
sold it to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it's going to be like a foreshadowing of things to come. It's going to be like that because the Lord said he's going to turn hunters and fishers into hunters. His word is violent, it's bloody, but it's perfect and it's righteous and it's just too. And it's established. It shows you how to establish justice and perfection. What the Most High requires out of his people, how to become more perfect. Which that's where we understand that we go off. We need it. We need that to understand where we go off, how we ain't perfect, how we need to rely on the Heavenly Father and divine salvation. Things are going to get real terrible out, as they have before in the scriptures. We had portions of time when, right, it was women was cooking their children for meat.
Right.
The real graphic parts of the scriptures, man.
Right.
There's a point in time when the Israelites that went to war, they brought back certain women from the other nation. And Moses was there, and he said, what are you doing with them? Like, what? Aren't these the same women that caused us to go off and the Lord judged us for it? And then they put them women to death immediately. That happened in the scriptures, man. If you don't know that, that's because your pastor was a 50c31 bought out pastor, paid off pastor. He taught you the neat, spiritual, docile, how to make a Christian Negro. He taught you straight out of that book.
Right.
And you learn about pacifying, pleasing the enemy, and everything else. MLK. They could quote MLK more than they quote the scripture.
Read again, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Right. So that's the reality of the scripture. The Lord has prepared judgment, man. Like let's say graphic. And that judgment does establish justice and power and rulership. You can't be a passive king and expect to establish judgment. I mean, establish your power. Because the people gonna just roll over, man. So guess what the Lord gonna do? He's gonna put iron. It's gonna be a rigorous rule in the world to come. That's gonna get people in order, man. Right?
That's what violence shall that.
Yeah. This is how the Lord gonna reason with you mere mortals. It's gonna be by graphic, vivid illustrations of judgment. Man. Okay? All right, so come on, let's go to Isaiah 24. We're going to wrap it.
God. Go to Isaiah chapter 24. God. And verse 3. It's like Isaiah 24 and 3. It reads, the land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai has God. This is Isaiah 24 verse 3. It says, the land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai has spoken this word.
Right, that's the prophecy. The Lord has ordered the release of Israel, all right? People on this side is going to be elect, but that's going to bring about the judgment of our oppressors, the ones who held us captive. That's not a hard saying. You're not there having ancient Egypt. That's the story. That's how it came together, all right? And which, by the way, the ancient Egyptians tell you how they pursued us. When you go into that word pursue, they're going to persecute. So that proves that even in this lifetime, before we are delivered, we're going to be persecuted. That's the same as the Egyptians pursuing us once more. All right, come on.
He said the earth mourneth and fadeth away.
Right. The earth is fading away. Okay? And that's going into the rulership, what's the best word I can use? The image of this world, pretty much, you know?
Reputation.
Yeah, the representation which is on display through Esau's rulership. That's all passing away. All right, no more people not even entertaining that bullshit, that feminine spirit anymore. All right, the other nations is pretty much ready to damn hit the button. They've been brought to the border of war. And the other nations is no longer viewing the so-called white man as that big boogeyman. Or what's that, Joel, the 3rd chapter? That the weak sound strong. And just not that, just here, everybody, you can see everybody wore out, man. Just been going into that same motion, that robotic, wake up, go to work, you know, like I said, get 40 hours in and trick off on weekends. This shit losing its luster, man. Go ahead,
He said, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away.
Yeah, and you're gonna see where it's gonna go into this leadership, go ahead.
Now, all these people on the earth do language.
See, that's dealing with this current lifetime. As countries those who are governing over the planet Earth. It's all fading away now, man. It's language. See all this, like it's a stunt moment. It's like a snapshot. And that's the spirit too. That's why you see people have to take pictures. They gotta capture that moment, man. Yeah. Yeah, TikTok, yeah, timeline is just a snippet. You know, a moment in time. You gotta set the whole family.
They forcing smiles.
Oh yeah.
Everybody actually having fun no more.
Yeah, after the motherfucking camera go out, everybody get back to the meme mode. You know? It's just a glimpse in time.
The same people were hugged up in the picture.
Yeah.
As soon as that picture over, the next week they ain't friends.
Yeah. The next few minutes.
It might microwave society, man.
That's it, bro. That's the best way to describe it, microwave. And that goes back to Esau. Remember, he couldn't wait on the pottage to finish. You know? Oh, y'all good? Right, good.
God, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right, under the inhabitants. That word under is synonymous with subjection. Which when you go into that word subject, it breaks down to under rule. So the current state of the planet Earth is based upon those who rule over it. You got plastic everywhere, right? Because of the so-called what? Here's the disease.
Oil spills.
Yeah, oil spills. You got the sea life they're beaching themselves. That's just a fancy way of saying committing suicide. Go ahead,
God, it says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yep, under the watch of Esau. And we still have to explain that, we got to come with pull out a chalkboard and break down the science of why we say it's Esau. God damn. This man is the man that's ruling over. He set the tone, man, on the planet Earth. Okay? So on the one hand, he want to be recognized as the guy. But when we place the blame at your feet for the earth, because you ruling, right? You the greatest country. You got the greatest military. You got U.S. embassies all over the place.
Right. And the Maccabees have said when the Greeks came into power,
Yep.
and evils are multiplied.
Yep.
Same way of life is still evils are still being multiplied. They haven't made one solution to stop all these evils and abominations to just go. It's flourishing, man, out here in the society.
Yeah, righteousness. Hey, when you get to the point where righteousness is frowned upon, what's that? Isaiah?
Yeah, make yourself first.
Yeah, that's two. And the other one, one who called himself good.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But that's even better when you have Isaiah 59, which you quote. He that departs from evil make himself afraid. When it gets to that point where righteousness is frowned upon, God damn, what's next, man? You think Yahweh Shema is going to allow a kingdom like that to continue? No. And see, seeing the power that we serve and understanding him, we know that he's going to visit Esau. Plus, on top of that, it's recorded. It's promised. It's a promissory. What's that? Jeremiah 49th chapter? Come on.
God, it said the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yep, go ahead.
Because they have transgressed the law.
Right, the so-called white man transgressed the laws. That's why you had it. That's why it's Pride Month. All right? Yeah. Shit right here.
It says, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance.
Yeah, everything is like a moment. You got stunned moments. Read that again.
It said because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance.
Right, change the ordinance. Yeah, they changed the order of things. Okay? Go ahead.
Broken the everlasting covenant.
Yep, broken the everlasting covenant. It goes all the way back to the ancient Babylonian captivity. Esau stood on the other side, pointing us out to the Babylon. We don't, hey, yo, you the fucking same devils back, man. That's why you gotta thank you how about Shema Shop to give you this information. Motherfucker lying at you. And I actually saw that. That was a public man, this Edomite, he looked like he was gonna be it was a mass shoot moment. Real talk, that dude was holding himself together like he's in the losing and shit, man. But I was thinking about something like that's one of them damn ancient spirits, man, that hate the sight of Jake. And you had the older nigga woman, she was cashier. I could see, she didn't even know the dangers. I was looking like, she want to kill this bitch, man. And she trying to talk to him and shit. So, them breaking the everlasting covenant, that goes deep, man. They sold us out to the Babylonians, contributed to them rounding us up. They stood in the way. That's an ancient hatred that can't be rehabilitated. Guess what? Them the same devils that's out here now. Yeah, is there more on that?
I've heard one more verse that says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth.
Right, and who is the curse that has devoured the earth? Esau. He's the disease that has devoured the earth. That's Revelation 11 chapter. Woe unto them who destroyed the earth. That's the so-called white man. And you can't get mad at it, that's the fact, man. What?
And they that dwell therein.
And they that dwell therein. That's him. That definition of dwell goes into the place where you lodge or hang your hat. So your feet kicked up, God gonna kick in the door. You don't want to be like this, man, when the Lord come in. All right, good.
It says, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Right. They that dwell therein are desolate. That word desolate, that's another word best suited when describing the destruction. Go ahead.
It says, it's like, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned.
See? This place is going to be burned, man. All right? Yep, let's get that up real quick. Can we get the missile sign? Yep, the water. Yep, read that again. They thought they were going to get away with us not getting this up today. That's a thing.
It says,
Yeah, come on.
it said, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned.
Right.
And few men left.
And few men left, and that's going to the remedy, man. Those going to be counted worthy to escape the wrath of Yahweh Shemel. All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. As always, believe. Until the next time, shalom.
Shalom. PTA, Bible Ball, soon.
Very soon.